Good to go? Well, good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome each of you who have joined us online this evening from the comforts of your home to join us for our 90th annual meeting for Wasatch Peaks Credit Union. Thank you for taking the time this evening to join us. And my name is Mark Ramsey. I currently serve as the chairman of the board for directors for Wasatch Peaks Credit Union. And it's a pleasure to welcome all of you out this evening. We have a little bit of an agenda here that we're going to go really quick. One of the things I wanted to share with you this evening is that in just a minute we're going to pan the room here to show that we have a quorum of people, but to also share that we have taken very seriously tonight in light of that we're dealing with this COVID-19 still. And so we have done social distancing this evening with our employees and board of directors and supervisory committee that's here. I've taken my mask off just briefly to speak this evening, but as soon as I finished, I'm going to be putting that back on. When we pan the room here momentarily, you'll see that all of the members here this evening are wearing masks, and we want to do that for the protection of all of our employees and those volunteers that's here this evening. It brings me great pleasure to also share with each of you that through the last few months, as we've all been dealing with COVID-19 here, we have not had any of our employees, our dedicated employees, come down with a positive test for COVID-19. And so we have taken very seriously the COVID-19. We're going to be, in fact, cleaning the podium here between each speaker that comes back up. We're taking this seriously, and we're going to continue to maintain that so that you'll know when you come into any of our branches that we're going to be continuing to keep them clean and keep not only you but our employees safe. I'm going to turn the time now over to Blaine Goodell for our Pledge of Allegiance, and then Curtis Smouth for our invocation. Blaine.
Will the audience please rise? Thank you. Repeat after me. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. We give thanks for the opportunity and the freedoms we have to join together to discuss and listen to the reports of the Wasatch Peaks Credit Union. We're grateful for the leaders and the employees that work so diligently at Wasatch Peaks. We're grateful for our personal health and our strength. We're grateful for all the many things that we have from thee. And we pray that we will be able to enjoy our meeting this evening, and we will be able to accomplish all that needs to be accomplished. We continue to pray for health. We continue to pray for safety. We continue to pray for peace in our country. And this we offer in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
At this time, I'm going to call our 90th annual general membership meeting to order. I'm going to have Cindy Hellwell, our secretary, come up and do a roll call of the directors.
We currently have 26 members in attendance, and we need 15 for a quorum. Our board of directors, roll call: Mark Ramsey.
Present.
Mike Enns.
Present.
Cindy Hellwell, present. Brad Egbert.
Present.
Nanette Comby,
Present.
Bill Fry,
Present.
Ron Hill,
Present.
Gary McDaniel,
Here.
Randy Rounds,
Present.
Todd Skeen,
Present.
Curtis Smell.
Present.
We have a quorum.
We're going to keep our Vice President Todd Schroeder busy up here tonight cleaning this for us, but we appreciate all his hard work. At this time, I'm going to do an introduction of our directors. I'm going to have Cindy Hellwell here seated to my right, Curtis Smell, Ron Hill, Todd Skeen, Bill Fry, Brad Egbert, got to look around all of our stuff here, Mike Enns, Gary McDaniel, Annette Comby, and Randy's behind the pole, Randy Rounds. At this time, I'm going to call for an approval of the 2019 minutes from our 2019 general election.
I make that motion for approval.
I have a motion on the floor by Ron Hill. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Curtis Smell. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. At this time, I'm going to share just briefly with you the chairman's report. Take this off. Just briefly want to share with you that, as we all know, 2020 has been a challenging year for us this far. We never would have dreamed that we would have been where we are today. I can share with you that our dedicated team of employees and management staff here at Wasatch Peaks Credit Union has gone above and beyond to continue to maintain the goals that we've set here at Wasatch Peaks for this last year and for 2020. And through some times of sleepless nights and wondering what each day is going to bring, our team has persevered and we came through this strongly. Our credit union is currently just going extremely well. Things are going well, and as we continue to look forward to 2020, we have new challenges each day, but all of our employees are working hard and they're still maintaining a very positive attitude, and things are going well here. There is some numbers in our, if you go to our Wasatch Peaks Credit Union webpage, there's some a packet that I have a copy of here I'm holding in my hand. There's some figures and numbers in there for what we've done this past year and some things we're looking to do this year. I would ask each of you to take the time to get online and take a look at that, and it would give you an opportunity to see the great things that happened for Wasatch Peaks Credit Union this last year. So there's some neat things happening, and I'm going to turn the time over right now to George Krubosh, who is over our supervisory committee, to talk about a few things there. I've got George here. Supervisory committee comments, and then Jeff. Okay.
Thanks, buddy. I'm George Krubosh, and I happen to have the fortune to sit as the chair for the supervisory committee for your credit union. And we work closely with the board, and I would say we love them, but they're okay. They're not the easiest guys to work with because they have an agenda of how they want it done, and that's what we do. However, your employees are probably some of the best employees I have come across in the state, and I have tons of years of experience working with state employees and people in big business and things like that. So when you come into the branches, please tell the people working there, thank you, they deserve it. You know, that's how they show you they care, as they show up for work on time every day. I also have the opportunity to work with Ike Bailey, our accounting firm, and they're the ones that took over counting the ballots for the election this year. And the result of the election is your board members. I'm not doing it yet. Okay, you're getting a virgin. This is my first time doing this. Anyway, I'll just keep talking about the supervisory committee. Right now, we're down one person. We have four. We have Max Ferrer, Val Parrish, Steve Jeffs, and myself. And then we work with Terry Reynolds, who's an employee of the credit union, and Susan Colton. And I'm grateful to have worked with the accounting firm because everything shows this year that we're in compliance, that they found nothing out of order, nothing that needed to be questioned. NCUA never found anything that would be questioned or out of order, and I can't think of anything else you want me to tell them. Other than, I know the camera puts 10 extra pounds. Okay, with that, I'll wait to give the election results or let someone else do it. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Thank George and Mark. It is kind of hard to stand up here and stare at a camera and about 23 faces compared to the usual 1,200 people that we have at our meetings. We usually have our annual meeting in March of each year, and there's usually prizes and food and a free movie, and it's a lot more exciting than this. But for tonight, you just have some boring people up here kind of telling you about the credit union, but we are grateful to be able to get together. I'm grateful for our marketing department and our IT staff putting this together. I'm grateful for our board of directors, our supervisory committee, all of our employees, and all their hard work over these last 3 months. I wrote my report that's in the annual report back in February, before the world ended. And so really nothing in that report really much matters anymore. But I will go over a few of the numbers from 2018, 2019. But to start with, I just once again want to thank all of our employees for their dedication, for their hard work, for their good attitudes, for their willingness to be flexible and work from home and wear masks and sanitize everything they touch and everything that they've done over the last 3 months to serve our members. Our lobbies were closed for about 6 weeks. They're back open now. Our members learned how to use electronic services. They learned how to use the drive-up lanes for lots of things. And we got pretty good at being a little bit more flexible and a little bit more quick to, I guess, embrace new technologies. During this time, though, during the last 3 months, while we were closed with our lobbies and while we were open, we've continued to loan money to our members. We've continued to be a safe place for members to deposit their money. I especially want to recognize all of our lending folks who worked tirelessly, huge hours, sleepless nights, weekends, on the SBA Payment Protection Program that maybe you've all heard about, the PPP program. We were able to help over 290 small businesses in our local community basically retain employees, and we funded more than $21 million worth of those loans. So very proud of our folks. Very grateful once again for dedicated volunteers, good members and good employees. Like I said, I do want to mention just a few things that come out of the financial statements from 18 and 19. We had two really good years. Those 2 years, we're having a good 2020 so far this year. During those 2 years, the years of 2018 and 2019, we loaned out over $350 million worth of loans to our members. Our net income for those 2 years combined was just north of $8 million, which goes right to our capital, to our net worth, to our safety and soundness that George talked about. Our membership growth is up. Our membership is up to a little over 33,000. And our net worth, once again, which is the measure of safety and soundness for any financial institution, has grown to $40 million, which is 11.72% of our assets. and well above the well-capitalized limit of 8%. The final thing I'd like to say is, and this was in my report that I wrote back in February, is this is our 90th year. We were gonna have a really cool annual meeting and movie night. We had lots of prizes and giveaways, commemorative coins, all kinds of fun stuff. And just like everything else, COVID-19 has gotten in the way. We hope that maybe later on this year we can have a movie night and we can actually distribute some of that swag that we bought for the annual meeting. But 90 years is a long time. And I just want to recognize and pay homage to the people that made Wasatch Peaks possible today. In 1930, right in the throes of the Great Depression, employees of the U.S. Postal Terminal and the U.S. Forest Service founded Ogden Government Employees Credit Union. The credit union was renamed Alliance Credit Union in 1995. Weber Credit Union was created in 1956 by educators in the Weber School District and was originally named Weber Education Association Credit Union. And finally, Summit One Credit Union started in 1954 as McKay-Dee Credit Union. In 2011, Alliance Credit Union and Weber Credit Union joined forces and merged together to form Wasatch Peaks. And then in 2013, Summit One came along and joined the party. And we have been working hard ever since. It's been a great ride. We are, honestly, we have never been more financially safe and sound in our 90-year history than we are today. And that's because of all the good folks in this room, all the employees and volunteers that have come before us, and most especially all of the members who are faithful and dedicated and use us for their financial needs. Thank you all for coming, and have a good night.
At this time, I'd like to ask if there's any old business to be brought before the board. Hearing or seeing none online, is there any new business to be brought before the board?
Are you gonna mention the groundbreaking for Plain City?
We can talk about that really quickly, yes. Here back on, I'm trying to remember the date. May 29th, we went out and we, here at Wasatch Peaks, had purchased a parcel of property out on 2700 North next to the Kent's Market in Plain City. Far west, Plain City, I think it's Plain City. We broke ground on May 29th and had a groundbreaking ceremony. June 1st, the tractor started to roll and the dust flew, and there's a hole out there now and they're getting going on things. And soon we're going to have another full-fledged brick and mortar that you can come in and take care of all your financial needs for all of those members all out in the northwest part of Weber County and even in Box Elder County. So stay tuned. That's one of the things that was exciting that we had in the works. We're also going to be doing some major changing around here at our corporate building and also to a new building that we have adjacent to us that we're going to be able to be housing new folks into. So we'll be having some additional grand openings for those here later on in early 2021. Seeing no other new business, I'm going to turn the time over to George Krubosh again for our election results.
I just have stage fright and I kind of want to get them all over with as soon as I can. It's always nice to have an election, and it's always nice to put what you believe in on the line and have to actually stand up for it. So that's what they've done this year, and it was Ike Bailey that took over the election results, and they retained everything until 2 days ago when I turned it into Jeff Shaw which because my internet's down and has been for 4 days, he didn't get it. So you guys are probably getting it as soon as anybody other than I. But your new or retaining seats on the board are Brad Edbert, Mark Ramsey, Nanette Comby, Mike Hines, and then having run for the board myself, you got to be pretty brave to do that, especially when they're all incumbents. And that's what Bridger Musgrave did. And I think it says a lot for his character. It says a lot for the credit union because he has a desire to come here and he feels like he has something he can offer to the credit union to help it grow and continue to be the success it is, not only in the financial world, but in the business community in Ogden and Weber County. And it's going to keep growing if we can, the members who want to take part in it are the ones who make it grow. It's your credit union. So I would just like to tell him thank you for his desire to serve on the board and to keep trying. It's hard to beat an incumbent, I'll guarantee you. I have been there myself. So with that, that's all I have.
Well, now is the time that we would normally start giving away some prizes and sharing all of the, as Jeff talked about earlier with the swag that was available, but we're gonna have to save that for another day. I want to thank all of you for joining us this evening from home and hearing more about what's going on at your credit union, Wasatch Peaks, for this coming year. At this time, I'm going to ask for a motion to adjourn our 90th general meeting here for Wasatch Peaks, please.
So moved.
I have a motion by Curtis.
Mark, do
Yes.
we need a motion to destroy the ballots?
Yes, we're gonna need a motion to destroy the ballots from the election results. So I'll have a motion, I'll keep the motion that you've given me for the adjournment. At this time, I'm going to recognize Todd Skeen as the motion that he has on the floor for the ballots. Is there a second? Second by Bill Fry. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, now with the adjournment, I have a motion on the floor by Curtis Smout, and I need a second for the adjournment.
I'll second that.
Second by Mike Enns. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Our annual meeting for the 90th annual Wasatch Peaks Credit Union is now adjourned. Thank you.